Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing good. Just got done coming from a walk. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan. I'm doing part two to my video. I'm sorry, I'm just now getting to it. That I did down at the park last week, talking about men hurting women and women hurting men. Well, this is my part two because remember, I got cut off. So I'm finally doing a part two. Sorry it's late, but oh well. Anyway, as I was saying, um, basically the point that I was trying to make was if you've been in some hurtful relationships, whether you're a man or a woman, it don't make no sense to blame the whole female race or the whole male race. And because when you do that, it's called being bitter. That's what it's called. Whether you want to admit that you're being bitter or not, you're being bitter. Because it's not the whole race of women's fault that you encountered these people and they hurt you. That's not representative of every person in that gender. The same goes for males. If you've gotten hurt by a few males that you've encountered, it is not all men's fault that you got hurt by those those males, those the ones that you chose to be with. I mean, no, they didn't have the right to hurt you. They had no right to hurt you, but you also made a choice to be with them. I mean, you might have not knew that they were going to hurt you, but I mean, that's who you chose to be with. So, and so it's that person's fault. That goes on that person, and you made the choice to choose that person. And it's not all men's fault that you got your heart broke by one or two guys or whatever. Same goes for men. So I just get a little tired of people saying, well, I got hurt by, two, three, four women or whatever. Well, all women ain't no good. Ain't none of them no good. They do this and that and other. No, you got to take responsibility for your choices. Those are the women that you chose to be with. It's not all women's fault that these women hurt you, and that's the point that I'm making. You can't blame all women for being hurt by the women that you've encountered. It's not all women's fault. Why take it out on all women? Because when you do that, you are being bitter, and then you set yourself up to wind up being alone. Because when you get with another woman, you're gonna dump all that baggage onto that woman, and she could be a good woman. She could really want to love you and care for you, but you're dumping all that baggage onto that woman. And then you're gonna sabotage that relationship. I've had it happen to me. With my ex, he was so damaged by his past relationships that he pretty much sabotaged our relationship. So I mean, because he's brought all that baggage into our relationship, and I put my guard up because I'm like, I'm not trying to fall in love with somebody that you know um, have all these issues, all this baggage. And so that's basically what he did. Now you let him tell it was all my fault that the relationship in it if you let him tell it. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't all my fault. I mean, he had a lot of baggage. He brought a lot of baggage into the relationship. It was his inability to get over his his past. That's what ruined the relationship. So, so men do that kind of stuff all the time. They, get hurt previous relationships, and then they bring that baggage, and that could be a good woman. They could be dealing with a good woman, but then they dump all that baggage on her and they run her away, and so on and so forth. And then they go and continue to bellyache that there ain't no good women out here. All of them are bad and horrible when they're the common denominator of their relationships, and they refuse to look in the mirror at themselves, and they're bitter. So I think a person like that don't need to be in a relationship. You need to take the time to heal. And same goes for a woman. If you constantly getting with these bad men, or you got to figure out why you're picking the wrong guys. Some women are attracted to thugs. Some women like bad guys, and that's the guys that they pick. And then they cry foul when the guy hurts them. Well, that's who you picked. So you have to take we have to, at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for our choices. And sometimes there's a psychological reason why we're picking the wrong mates. You have to get to the bottom of that. Whether you take some time to be alone, prayer and soul searching, or go see a therapist. Sometimes a therapist can help you to find out what your pattern is, and why are you picking the same type of people. Sometimes, but if you make it a matter of prayer, sometimes Jehovah God can help you too figure it out. I know He helped me figure out a lot of things in time, and time too. If you spend a certain amount of time alone, then you have a lot of time to figure these things out. I've been alone a long time, so I've had plenty of time to figure things out. So that's the only thing I'm saying is it ain't no sense in these guys going around coming on YouTube saying, "Oh, all women are no good and they're rotten and all this stuff." They're refusing to look in the mirror at themselves and take responsibility for their actions and their choices. It's not all women's fault that you got dogged out by these women. And same goes for women. It goes both ways. So if you got to take the time to heal, and until you do that, you don't need to be in no relationship. Who wants all that baggage? Who wants to take on all that baggage? Okay, I got some more interesting video topics coming up. This is Sweet June.